Our adulting guest, who is now adulting family member, like really, is an entrepreneur and educator with over 10 years experience in communication strategy, digital marketing, business and leadership development. He is the founder of Disrupt, an unconventional advertising and PR agency. He does extensive work in the startup space, currently as a managing partner for 8 to 5 Innovation Hub, powered by Old Mutual, Government Innovation Hubs, and his own Special Enterprise Mentorers, which is an organization which specializes in designing, building, and implementing innovative development programs and curriculum for the young entrepreneurs. Ladies and gentlemen, with lots and lots of excitement in your voice, help me welcome to Adulting on the Pulse, Pedzi, the coach. Pedzi, Pedzi. Yeah!
Really?
You're great, man. Can you hear them in
Really?
the background? Can you hear them? You're great, man.
Flowers.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
No.
You're far too kind.
Oh,
Oh, thank you,
you
thank
could have been
you.
anywhere else.
Oh, man. But you
you're
chose to be here.
Becky, you're mad.
I try. I mean, can you imagine if I was normal?
Yeah?
Can you imagine if I was normal?
Life would be boring, hey?
With
Oh,
the
I get
capital letter B.
Mhm.
Actually, all letters in capitals. That's how boring life will be if I was
Yeah,
not mad.
No,
I
you're
have to
fine.
be mad.
You are the vibe.
How's the Thursday?
This is good.
Thursday's
I
good.
always look forward to Thursday. So the build-up starts from Wednesday.
Oh, the bill of starts from Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so take us through your week.
My week?
Yeah. What's Monday like for Pedzi?
Ish. Okay, we're live on radio.
Yes.
So my Monday is really a bit relaxed.
Oh, I want to
Very
be
relaxed. Because my week starts building up from Tuesday. So
Okay,
Monday is how I
okay.
structure up my whole week. I get to do things I love on a Monday. I get to plan for the rest of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my Monday. That's my Monday. I do procurements of stuff for the shop, housekeeping for areas within like my clients. Yeah, it's not very intense.
Oh, okay. So Monday is chilled.
Yeah.
What are you
Tuesday,
doing? Are you resting? Are you having coffee? Is it a beer? Are you chilled at home? Are you out with friends?
I have coffee every day,
Ooh,
3 times a day.
I don't. I'm trying to reduce.
Yeah.
I'm trying to reduce on my coffee intake. I didn't have coffee today, and I can already feel like
Yeah.
management. But I'm like, I'll drink water. I'll drink water. Yes, I have a water drinking monitor.
Monitor.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have a water drinking monitor. Madison Junior.
Oh my
I'm
God.
not gonna go to that message and go to Becky, did you drink water today? And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Mondays are chilled for you. You are planning out your week, which starts on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
And
Heavy work on Tuesday.
heavy work on Tuesday.
Right.
So you have more like a long weekend, right?
Very long. Yeah.
A very long weekend.
Yeah.
So Monday is your okay, let's get the mind back and
Yes.
let's focus on getting whatever work that needs to be done in this week.
Monday's like, what did we say we're gonna do from Friday? Like Friday, we said our week starts. So most people plan the night before. I struggle with that. I can't plan the night before because anything can happen. You know?
True.
Yeah. So we set our plan throughout. Monday we start executing.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. And then how do you stay on course and not fall off the wagon? Because okay, your schedule seems pretty much, planned out. Like, have you ever not been able to plan out your week on a Monday?
I have encountered some things that are not planned for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I love structure. Structure is something I really love. So if one of the first sessions we had was goal setting. And
Yes,
we said we should have this major goal. So this is where we eventually want to go. And then that's maybe, we'll just call it for argument's sake, let's say it's a long-term goal.
Mm-hmm.
Break it down to short-term. And then the things that we're doing throughout the week are tasks. So I don't plan goals throughout the week. The goal is fixed. We want to have this many sales by end of Q1.
Right.
So what
So you know it, and you're not like redoing it every now and again.
No,
It's there.
it's there.
So what do you call the other ones that are in the middle?
Then
Those are the methods or the what?
tasks.
The tasks.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So it's goal, task. Okay.
You break your goals down into tasks. And then you only change tasks, but avoid changing goals. Yeah.
The methods can change, but the goal is the
goal
same.
Should not change.
Okay.
This road here,
yeah, blog. Is there an
okay,
you're
like, no, I'll change the road.
Oh, coach. All right. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. So today we are keeping our eyes on the prize and learning how to avoid getting off course. That is our topic for today. And
we need to be very.
In life, we encounter obstacles that are discouraging, and can we not do it? So it ends up feeling almost like it's unattainable, almost, because at no structure. Like it just seems like, well, that's too far-fetched. Let me leave it alone. So this is us now saying, Coach Pedzi, or Pedzi the coach, we want to keep our eyes focused. We want to learn how to keep this eye looking at that goal and not taking my eyes off or like being derailed by things that are happening around.
Right.
And then before you know that, I've fallen off course. And now I have, and sometimes when you fall off course, you don't start off where you fell off. Yeah.
I like a statement that goes, wherever focus goes, energy goes. So when you hear someone saying, I've fallen off.
I've heard that twice this week.
Yeah. When someone says, I've fallen off the wagon, I have been derailed and I'm not able to achieve certain things that I said I want to achieve. You remember last week? We're like, don't take it personal. Don't take it personal.
Yeah.
The mind is such a very phenomenal thing. Let me give you an example. You're driving from home. As you're driving from home, you've got kids in the car, they're talking. You're coming out of your neighborhood. In fact, you can even have music in the car. You hear the lyrics very well and you're driving. The moment you start getting into the CBD, have you ever noticed something? You can actually have an album playing and be shocked that I've listened to 4 songs, but you didn't hear the lyrics.
Oh yeah.
Or you might even not hear someone who's sitting at the back calling you when you're now in that congestion. Have you ever experienced that? I'll give you another funny one. It happens to a lot of people. When you're about to reverse the car and your music is on loud, have you noticed that you switch off the engine and you reverse?
You reduce the volume and reverse the car. Yes.
Yeah.
Almost like the volume is distracting you from reversing, like how.
So, what that essentially is showing us is that our mind works with stimuli. A lot of people think that maybe we need to add a lot more things within our day to make it more productive. But the people who are considered high performers, they actually have less within their day, but they add more onto things that they focus on.
And they complete the task.
Yes.
And they don't leave things hanging.
So without getting too technical, your mind has a number of facets. One of them is called cognitive load. So a lot of people, okay, this is the background of where I'm getting to.
All right.
A lot of people feel that the thing that is stopping me from achieving what I need to achieve are distractions, which is yes, but then they start focusing on distractions. I'm talking about, okay, and shut the phone. I'm not going to touch the phone. I'm going to switch off the radio. I'm going to switch off the TV. And then they say, okay, I'm going to focus on this one thing. But have you ever noticed that anything that is not mentally challenging to you, your mind itself begins to distract you. Your mind starts lingering. You start thinking about other things, and it's like your subconscious becomes very active.
Don't even go there.
Yeah.
And you wonder, you're like, what is happening? Yes, but I'm focused.
You're in a quiet room.
But things in the background, in your head, a whole meeting.
Yes.
Like 27 people are talking, but we are focused on this thing.
Another example as well, as we get closer to our point of what is actually focus. You're in a room, Becky. I'm talking to you in a room. It's a loud cocktail. When you look at me, you hear exactly what I'm saying, even if a person is standing next to you and talking. You will not hear this person, but when you look at me and you focus on me, you hear my voice.
Kind of like when someone's on the phone and they're talking to you, the longer you look at the phone, your mind drifts and it's gone, and this person has told you like half their life story, and then they say, Can you imagine?
Mhm.
That's exactly what happened. You know, because your brain responds to a question and not to information being given at that point. So you're like, I will wait for them when they ask something, then I'll go, what did you?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
So the question now is, for you to remain focused on whatever you're doing, how stimulating is the goal?
Come on.
How stimulating is the goal? Everything around you doesn't matter. Distractions, you cannot, your mind itself, I told you the first example, you said you're sitting in an empty room, your mind can take you places. But how stimulating is what you have said I'm going to do? That's the first step towards saying, look, I want to remain focused and not be derailed. A lot of people have got very weak, unstimulating goals.
Right.
Hence, it cascades down to very uninteresting tasks throughout the week. And that also then cascades down to your own personal growth in that you are shrinking. Hence why you find some people, like I was saying, the high performers, if you look at this, if you look at the schedule, you find that they've included very few routine things. I go to the office, I work from this time to this time, I focus on this task, and this task.
But then this is something that you're doing every day, maybe, like 7 days a week or 5 days a week. This is this task or this job is something that you're doing every single day for 5 days a week. At some point, it's going to get boring.
A 9 to 5?
Yes.
It's boring every day.
At some point, it's going to be like, if I do another mundane task, I am going to pull out my hair or something.
Yeah.
Right. And then you said your focus is reliant on how stimulating that
particular task is. Yeah.
Yes. So now, this is someone listening going, Pedzi the coach, you are talking to me. Me is you who you're talking about at this point. How can I make what I do every single day exciting enough for me to stay focused on it?
What you do every single day has to be attached to an eventual goal. The most savage thing to do in life is to work at a place for 20 years without having any vision of what I'm going to do when I leave that place. So if you, Beck, you're saying, okay, I give myself 3 years to be working with the coach. He's going to give me the same task every single day. But after 3 years, I am going to have a title that will 10x my growth as a personality.
Right.
Every task I give you, do you know that you'll be inspired to keep pushing and saying, okay.
Because the goal is clear?
Yes. Your goal is clear, not specifically mine. And unfortunately, with a lot of people, when they get employed, they then clone the vision of the, in quotes, boss or the company.
Because, okay, well, am I even supposed to have my own goal?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Company, CEO vision to be the best construction company in Zimbabwe. Or let's say in Africa, to be the best construction company in Africa.
Right.
They employ BeckyK, and BeckyK's goal is, I just want to get paid. I just want to get paid. Just give me the money. Show me where the money is. BeckyK is not even on the vision at all. BeckyK's vision is to pay money. BeckyK's performance will not be of not
you just give enough.
Yeah.
You give enough to survive the day.
Yeah, you just, I don't get paid enough to do this type of mood or attitude, right?
But in the same setting, have you ever noticed that you're getting the same amount of pay, you've got the same amount of workload, but there's this one jack who is so happy every single day.
And you wonder, like,
step into the office, they're happy.
Are we at the same workplace?
You see,
like, are you at the same workplace? Are we doing the same job?
What stimulates that person?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you spoke about the company's vision. What are we supposed to do as employees? Do we put ourselves underneath that vision? Do we submit ourselves to that vision? And then can we also have our own personal vision within the workplace to make it better, or should I just do what you are paid for and get out?
the moment you step into someone else's space, you already submit to that vision.
Mm-hmm.
Your duty and job, especially if you've been hired for something, you've been hired to add value, is to innovate within that space and add value to that person or to that vision.
Mm-hmm.
So the innovativeness of Beck is to create shows that are stimulating for the brand.
Right.
And that ticks off certain boxes.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll show you something. If Beck doesn't have the vision to say, I can be more beyond this, you be frustrated with this job in 6 months.
You're like, okay, anyway, thanks, I'm out.
You see now.
Wow.
But now you start looking within yourself. As you are serving the vision of the core or the master,
Mm-hmm.
you're looking at yourself and saying, okay, what are my dreams?
How can Becky serve this particular?
Serve you. So now you begin to look at ancillary things you can do outside of you pouring yourself out in the vision. So you can do an MCing gig, because this is you've hit the tree 1,000 times in the same place.
Yeah.
You're a professional, the tree will fall.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people are hitting the tree 1,000 times in different places, and the trees are not falling because their efforts are not focused. They don't have the ideals to say, I would love to be like this. There's a guy I see on social media. Is it called Nick? He walks around London or countries he's visiting, and he says, do you have a dream? This person could be a waitress in a restaurant.
Okay,
He says, do you have a dream? And this guy's like, yeah, I want to do this, start my own label. He says, if I pay you, will you leave this company? And most of them are like, yeah, they get the money, they leave, they go start their thing. The sad thing is, some people are in these companies, and he goes and says, do you have a dream? I'll pay you to leave this place. They're like, no, I'm okay. I'm here. I don't have a dream. And unfortunately, that's how a lot of people are. It becomes like an autopilot. And we just are. We wallow in that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there's that type of a person who, yes, I have a dream. All I'm waiting for is an opportunity to just like come my way, and I'm taking it, and I'm running, and I'm going for my dream. Then there are some people who are like, Chad, this is comfortable. We're good over here. Who the heck are you? Why are you coming here to disturb our peace?
Yeah.
Which one are you?
Which one am I?
Yeah.
I have my personal dreams. That's why when you asked me the first time, you
Yes,
said,
yes.
Where have you worked?
Yes.
Only 2 places in my whole life.
Only 2.
Yeah, the family business, and right now where I am consulting with Old Mutual.
Yeah. And that's all right, right?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Because it feeds into who I am. I think God knew feeding into who he is.
I worked a couple of jobs for like 12 years, but in the same industry. Yes, I did like, I think maybe 4. And then I was like, yo, let me start my own. And that's how I stopped working for other people in that field of beauty therapy and stuff. And I started my own, and it went well for a while. And I could, because I had the knowledge, I knew exactly what I wanted. And just as it was picking up, then media came and said, what up? Let's do this. So now, with someone like that, staying focused and keeping their eye on the prize, they know exactly. I think everyone wants to succeed. Everyone wants to succeed. If they don't want to succeed, then they need like serious therapy, right? Everyone wants to succeed, but the roads to the success are different for everyone. Some might have to do 3, 4, 7 things before they get to the thing that they really want, or the thing that's going to bring them success. And then there are some who are going to do one thing
and blow up,
and then they blow up. Okay, that's not me, but there are some there are some who do like one thing, just one thing, Pedzi, and then it's like they blow up. And then people like Becky look at people like them who do one thing and they blow up, and they're like, let me give up. Because I mean, I can't be doing 700 things and I still haven't found it. We'll let you answer that after this. Let's pay some bills. When we come back, we'll continue with Pedzi, the coach. We are talking about keeping your eye on the prize and learning not to fall off the wagon and staying on course. It's adulting on Capital.
It's next level. It's life.
You know, like how you see someone dead, fire, and then you're still, and then you're like,
That's what it is. We're supposed to be doing this.
Yes, I've seen many people give up on their dreams because a friend of theirs got one big break and they haven't. And then now it's...
And they are beat up.
Yes. And now it's a problem.
What is the birthday theme? Please include your phone number. Entries close on
Reading this article on focus, my God.
Yeah.
A lot of people think these distractions are what derail people. Actually, no, distractions are just those things that indicate to you what needs to be done.
No, it's an other thing. What? Distraction is not taking you, of course. It's just showing you fix it.
Yeah.
Symptoms include
Focus is not the lack of distraction.
diarrhea with
Okay,
or
hold
without vomiting.
Don't sell all the good stuff. Don't sell all the
You
good
can
stuff.
prevent cholera by washing your hands thoroughly with soap and running water before eating. Also, wash fresh fruits and boil all drinking water. If anyone you know shows any symptoms of cholera, give them a salt and sugar solution before taking them to the nearest health center. This message was brought to you by Capital 100.4 FM. Harare's Heartbeat.
Adulting.
We're back. I didn't even push the fader. Can you imagine? We're back with Pedzi. We're back with Pedzi, the coach. Becky. All right.
Yeah.
We're back with Pedzi, the coach, and I just asked you a question. In terms of adulting, growing up and doing this thing called life, you belong to a circle of friends. One friend does one thing and then boom, they blow up. And then you've been doing a couple of things, like 700 to be exact, right? You've done 700 things just in the name of trying to find that one thing that also helps you to blow up.
Right.
So then there's two people in this scenario. One will give up immediately and be like, you know what, I'm so done with this. Let me go and get a job, or let me go and do something. Let me go back to what I'm used to. And then there's a second person who's like, oh, okay, let me keep going because I might be close. I might be close. And I might, blow up just like how my friend blew up. Right. So that whole distraction aspect of things, someone else's success then distracts me or something happens. No, because we are human, our minds are very kind of, and we get hurt and we get touched.
Especially when you're in the same circle.
Yeah. So success that is across the borders, you're like, yeah, whatever. Let Pedzi the coach rock up here in what? In the latest Range Rover.
Yes.
G-Wagon.
My God.
It hurts,
Yeah.
right? But if it's someone out there, you're like, yeah, whatever. It's theirs. So there's those two people. One who say, I'm so done. Another one like, no, let me keep going.
And okay, in blowing up means is different to different people.
Okay.
Right. And again, I like how the series what we're doing is a build up to something big. We're yet to discover what was that huge thing.
Yeah.
But one thing I've learned in growing up is contentment. Contentment is knowing that I'm getting somewhere. Remember that conversation?
Yes, sir. Oh, that's the conversation that changed my life.
Contentment is being confident that we are also going somewhere. Yeah, we will be discouraged when sometimes we will feel jealous, sometimes we'll be hurt when other things, other people within our king's mates are achieving. Your personality, I think the last time you're like, look, I'm doing this and then this happened to this person. It's there. But I love the response you gave. You said, okay, I then looked into myself to say, okay, where am I? And what am I supposed to be doing now? And how can I get much, much better so that I can I can either be selected within the same rankings as this person, or I am just self-confident myself saying, now, Shika, where I'm supposed to go.
Right.
That introspection is extremely important. But a lot of people do not introspect. They don't look into themselves and say, okay, what should I do to also become like 1, 2, 3, or to achieve 1, 2, 3? But which is most important is, what do I need to do to accelerate my move towards the goal that I set? Jobo.
Are you telling me?
But and you know what's so funny? There are a lot of people who are in my space who I look at and I'm like, I've been doing it longer than you. But boom, you come out, you do 1 or 2 things and boom,
Yeah.
it's done. What held me down is, okay, me and you know that man. And the vibe was like, no, but a time and season for everybody.
Everyone has a time and a
Everybody
season.
has
Yeah.
a time.
And
Everybody
everything has a time and a season. But in that moment, we forget that statement. In that moment, we forget the statement, and we start thinking about how unfair life is. And you start thinking about how much work you have put in. And before you know it, you are off course. And to bring your mind back, this is where I was getting now. At times, you won't even bring your mind back to continue where you left off. You are starting from the bottom, from scratch. You are starting from scratch. You're now having to build up your faith. You have to build up your mindset. Because you've crumbled everything because of one moment of
Teach. Yeah. And but a lot of people think that distractions are an enemy of focus. But the term distraction itself is not really against focus, but it's a symptom where we get a chance to find out and ask the difficult questions. Why is it my focus is difficult? Why am I being moved away from this? What actually stimulates my mind? And when you start writing those things down. So, for example, I was talking to a friend today, and he was saying it's the Sherlock Holmes method. He's a coder.
Yeah.
And he's like, when I'm coding, and something gets so tough, and I feel like, let me stop. He stops, and he does something that requires less intensity. So, for example, it could be playing Candy Crush or, reading a little nonfiction. What that does now is, in the back of your mind, your subconscious is working overtime.
Yeah.
And there are times where you're doing something, maybe you're tired of this and you're like, okay, let me just jog. Let me go to the gym. When you're there, your mind goes, boom, that's the answer. But now the thing is, with distraction part is, we don't give our minds sufficient time to focus on the task that our conscious mind has felt to really calculate or get a result for.
How much time should we be giving it?
As much as your mind needs. If it's a day, if it's an hour, if it's a week.
Okay, so what seems to be a distraction is coming in now as something to assist me to focus?
It's an indicator.
To what?
To what? Okay, like we said, distraction is not the enemy of focus.
Okay, distraction is not the enemy of focus.
Yeah, then I gave you an example saying that if you're in a very loud room, if you look at someone's face and they're talking, what we consider as a distraction could be the loud noise, could be, it is not. It just indicates to you what is not stimulating you. So now what you need to do is focus on how to stimulate yourself.
So you can focus at the task at hand.
Yeah.
So the noise in the background is not the problem. Because even if you silence that noise, you're still not focused on the thing that is in front of you.
Yeah. You've heard of those people who can read through walls.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
I want that power.
So the question now is, what is that stimulating element? It comes back to, what is the outcome I'm expecting from this? What is the outcome? If the outcome is so energizing, your distractions are reduced, because everything will cascade from the outcome to your task. But your task will demand so much of your mind that everything else gets muffled. It gets so muffled. When you wanted to get a car, like a driver's license, let's assume mathematics very boring. But
It's
you
actually
know
boring.
the focus one puts when they are reading that highway code.
Dude, because the goal is clear.
I want to bowl with that car after this.
I'm telling you.
Yes.
Because that's what the human mind does, or our carnal nature does. there's a message that came through. I had to tell them, like, listen, follow the discussion. We are not condoning or like saying the only success that is out there is materialistic. That's not what we are saying.
Yeah, no.
But the examples that are easy for people to understand are materialistic examples. Hence, we gave the example of the car, that if you were to just rock up there with the latest whatever, you know, someone's mind will quickly go like, right?
Even like in church, let's say I'm a training pastor, you're a training pastor,
Yeah,
and then you
yeah.
blow up. I
Yes.
start questioning myself with,
But takata
so
ngatizi. Saka ndina shoko here ini.
you see,
Yes.
so it's not material. It's,
No.
it was
It's
just
definitely
relatable.
not. Very, very, very relatable.
Yeah.
So this is you knowing exactly that I'm reading that highway code because the goal is clear. Like we said earlier, the goal should be clear that this is why I am doing what I'm doing. So for me to get the driver's license, the task is Verenga highway code. You must know it back to back, through and through.
Right.
The method of reading the highway code may be different. I might do an audio book. I might go for a lesson. I might read it by myself. I might learn on the internet. You know, the methods are different.
Right.
But the task at hand is Verenga highway code.
Exactly.
Right.
Psychologists term this cognitive load. So for those that want to go in deep into it, so there are a number of loads that the mind, and that's why I said distraction is not an enemy of focus. So cognitive load is how much of attention does my mind require for me to fulfill this task?
How much of attention does my mind need
Yes.
for me to
focus on this
focus on this task? Okay.
Yes. And the moment your mind understands and it's stimulated to say, okay, I need everything I have inside of me to achieve this one thing, your mind will focus. Why this is important is we also need to understand our minds. So there's some people who say, I think there's this statement, humans use 10% of their brain. It's not true.
Is it less?
No, it's never been measured like that. It's been very misleading.
I was about to be like, dude.
But it uses different aspects of the brain for different tasks. For example, the cognitive load that is required for you to drive from here to go home is not at 100%. Hence why you can listen to music whilst you're driving. Right. But gapaitema potholes, we're not going to reduce the volume because the cognitive load that is required is very, very high.
I still don't get it though, but we do it. We do it.
Yes.
We do it.
So your mind will automatically push away what we term distractions when the cognitive load is high. That's why I'm saying we don't focus on a weakness, we focus on our strengths, right? As long as let us focus on our weakness. No, focus on growing your strengths. Your weaknesses will diminish or you add people on that.
What do we do with our weaknesses then?
So for example, you are very not good at accounting.
Very, very spot on.
Oh God, okay.
Spot
It was
on.
very targeted that time.
It was spot on.
Right, but you're still running a business. You get the basic to which is sufficient for you to perform what you need to do. Right, let's say the basics of bookkeeping. When it requires more intensity, you get someone, you staff that place or that area of weakness with someone, and you focus on your strength. Your strength is the most important thing. Everywhere else there's a weakness, you can add team players, you can add elements in it to make you better.
Right.
I'm going to the gym. One thing my trainer told me is, look, Pedzi, you are not working out to be like a bodybuilder like this. You always try with fitness. My plan, the structure of what we do is different from the structure that is with that. Where you fall short, we add things to help you. So I suck at the squat because I got a knee issue. So he says, no, tonight I'm a bend to reduce our weight. And I will help you. So when we have a heavy weight, he holds me from the back, he holds my back, and then he goes down
like
and then he lifts me
you.
again.
Yes.
But I don't go there to the gym every day and say, I want to do this and do that. You go on. If it's something that is technically not my strength, why am I focusing on it? Let me focus on the things that I am extremely
All right.
good
So
at.
then comes in the question as to why do you want to be good at that particular thing? What's the end goal? Back to the reason why you are doing the particular thing that you're doing.
Right.
Okay, you want to do the squats really well. For what?
For what? Why are you in the gym for 5 hours? For what? Is it what you're focusing on? What is the goal? The goal should stimulate you to do what you need to do.
All right, we've got 10 minutes left before we close it down. Your questions, your contributions, or your comments can come through. There's a contribution or a comment rather about the coffee talk that we had. And I'm now monitoring our guests' coffee. It's not good at all. It has too much caffeine. Better to drink it once a day or leave it. If you want coffee, listen. And the better to try soya coffee or baobab coffee. I've tasted baobab coffee.
Okay.
I have avocado coffee in my house right now. I actually wanted to make it last night, but it was just too much admin. And I was like, okay, let's get the coffee that we're used to, and then just make myself a cup of coffee. Creamy. So when I see things like this,
That should be healthy.
what is soya coffee? What is baobab? Where's the caffeine? Anti-coffee actually no caffeine. Yeah, I don't know, but I get what they're saying. I get
We
what
need
they're
to be very
saying.
health conscious. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
health
true, yeah.
conscious. That's why I'm saying I haven't had. Pedzi, you think you said how many times a day do you have coffee? Okay, all right. So I used to have like in the morning. So I can say 6 cups safely. Yes.
Wow.
I'll have 2 in the morning. Oh, and then there's 1 that I have in the car, like in the flask, right? I'll have that one. And then in the afternoon, if I have like a coffee date or a coffee meeting, I'm definitely having like a cappuccino and a coffee something. And then in the evening, at home, I'm having like another one, maybe 2 before I even go to sleep. And there's like 6
Right.
in one
Right.
day. But
Oh.
I wouldn't do it every day. But now I'm trying. If I haven't had a cup of coffee by 2 o'clock,
There's a problem.
like I'm
Shaky.
praying on the inside, but I know I'm going to have maybe 1 or 2 by the time the day ends. So I have reduced. I mean, from 6 to 2. Yes, but would you try out these? These are some of these are some of the decisions we make as adults.
I would love to try.
Like moving from like proper caffeinated coffee to like
Are those decaf?
soya coffee. They say they've got less caffeine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I'd love to
try soya coffee or baobab coffee. It sounds like a drink for me at this point. It just sounds like.
I mean, I'll try if it's got help. I'll look into it. I really love the research element. I'll look into it and see what. Yeah.
All right, but this takes us back then to the goal of this whole thing. If you are to reduce your coffee intake, you now know it's a health thing,
Yes.
and not because somebody said try soya.
Yeah. I'll look into it as well.
0719 100 404 is the WhatsApp number to get in touch with us, and we'll read through your messages if we've got answers to it. That's another thing about being an adult. Do you always have to have answers to certain things? You don't have to have all the answers.
Yeah. So my lecturer, he had this strategy where when he didn't know an answer to a question that would ask in class, he'd throw it back. Yeah, no, that's a really good example. Oh, that's a really good question. In fact, I've also been thinking about it. What do you think?
And then he'll like throw it back at you.
And that's why I chose
Like,
the profession of a coach, because I don't have to have all the answers. I have to put them out of you.
All right, answers. The baobab and the soya don't have any caffeine. They are natural. I don't know, man. I don't know. Even the avocado one, I don't know how it's made. I just know that there's a tin in my house. That runs the avocado coffee. We'll be right back.
It's going to be epic.
I saw it and I was like, hell.
Celebrate Capital's
Hell
7th
no.
birthday with the
Hell
Capital Super
no.
Family on
I
Saturday,
love to sell my coffee machine. I have to sell the bakery and the cafe.
I will take a picture when I get home. Like, this is the
Avocado.
avocado coffee. I'm going to try it today because you have to brew it almost like, but it's powder. And I'm just like, oh.
I've got a challenge for the people in Uganda.
Oh, okay,
We've got a thing for focus that they can try by themselves. They don't even have to tell us.
Oh, all
and
right.
a 360 photo booth. You will be entertained by Lindsay the Dude, Jay Bond, DJ Scatter, DJ Muller, and
Asi
DJ
Weekend
Dizzy
did it.
Jones. Admission $5
sounds
for
like-
adults, free for kids under 12. Come meet your favorite Capital presenters. The Capital
Yeah,
Super
sounds like
Sunday
Is it?
Day.
Yeah.
And she can't pick up the voice.
#7 and up.
It really sounds like her.
She's such a vibe, smooth and fun. It's BeckyK on Capital 100.4 FM.
So, Coach Pedzi, or Pedzi the coach, this coffee talk has got me feeling all kind of like I need to like place an order.
Mm-hmm.
I need to place a coffee order like right now.
To really interrogate what's wrong with this cafe.
Yes.
Yes, for me, losing coffee right now is going to be the most expensive thing in my life.
No, because it's like there's coffee, there's caffeine in Coke, right?
Sugar.
Yeah. Are you also like addicted to Coke?
No.
Because you're like addicted to coffee.
No, I actually take my coffee usually if it's proper coffee like cappuccino. I prefer it with no sugar.
Oh.
But can I have an energy goes
You put your sugar.
yeah. But now I'm in a no sugar kind of diet. Like coffee is not the same, so I don't enjoy these Jacobs anymore. But the actual ground beans, because at the shop we've got a cappuccino machine, so I love the process of making it myself.
For me, I'll take sugar out if I have it with milk.
Ah,
Yes.
with milk.
Yes.
Okay.
If I have it with milk, there'll be no sugar in that coffee. But the moment it's black, no, I am sweetening it.
For me, it's the opposite. If I put milk,
You must have
I
it
have
with
something sweet like a honey or. But if it's black, I can take it.
Okay, Anzi, hi, Capi Talk. On your Facebook page, where is the question to answer? Where's the question to answer? Oh, you mean for the look for the post that has the question. If you find the post on our Facebook page, you will find it. The post that's going to ask you a couple of questions. Speaking of asking questions, you have a task for us to do.
Ooh, some exciting stuff.
Yeah.
And just checking out that our time is almost done my end. But I want to say, focus isn't limited on what we focus on. It's also very important to know what we're focusing away from.
Away from?
Yes. Yeah. Because if we're not aware of what we should identify as things that can derail us, we'll automatically be derailed. We should not be naive at these other things that will pull us out of the way. And this includes areas or environments we know that will either discourage us, that don't build us. It also includes people, place. So it's people, places, and even certain times. You also need to be aware of your times, right? So as we get closer to our challenge, I will. It may help some people. It's helped me.
Yeah.
It may help some people. But you really have to be very intentional if you want to really change certain things of your life.
All right.
And many of us, because we're good people, we think that the world is good and you reward us for our good intentions. No, you still have to be very brutal and go for whatever it is.
Okay.
So this 2-week challenge, I didn't create it. I also
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Did you hear how high my voice went?
It went to very loud.
Like 2 weeks. Okay.
So first thing is you need to limit your screen time.
Okay, Pedzi.
Yeah.
Right, there's the door. Nigel, switch off. Let Pedzi get out. Thank you so much, Pedzi, for coming. The juice was.
Screen time. Do you know why that is so important?
Which screen? The big screen or the small screen?
Screen, especially the small one. This is the most dangerous one because a lot of people reduce screens. But the reason why you need to really focus on reducing screen time is you need to understand the way your brain works. Your brain it feeds off stimuli. The bad thing about stimuli is they give you rewards. So let's say, Beck, you want to be this huge personality and you're building your brand. The more you're on social media and you're looking at all these big brands and you see 3 ways to do this, and you're going through it, you listen to it, and it's like a minute, 30 seconds. Your brain is rewarding you for that because you are thinking that you are educating yourself to achieve that. So
I'm thinking that I'm doing it.
So you can go through 50, 3 ways to do this, 4 ways to do this, 10 ways to avoid, and 10 ways to regain. You listen to all these things. But as long as you don't put down the screen and say, okay, 3 ways to do something.
How put it to
Let
action.
me do it. So you see.
Makes sense?
Saka, we spend hours stimulating our mind and being excited by something that is not real. The second thing is you need to disconnect completely from life. And when I say disconnect, you are, let me move this. And when you say disconnect, you are removing, and it's a disconnection ritual. Let's call it a ritual. So for example, me, when I get home at 8 p.m. I'm debating on my phone. I will occasionally, maybe at 11 after maybe a movie or dinner, I can look and I say, okay, any important things? No. But majority of the people who know me from
After
8
o'clock.
to 8.
Stop
I'm
it. Stop
I
it
disconnect
right there.
and
Yeah.
I'm in the moment. Disconnecting and being in the moment allows you to really tap into those areas that your subconscious has been working on throughout the day. So some people are good at journaling. They start writing their ideas down and then they start creating. Sometimes it's just to cool down, whether it's just watching a movie, talking to your person. It's good to reconnect with the reality.
And look at our time.
And we're
It is
good.
like 2 o'clock. Okay, so for the next 2 weeks, reduce screen time, disconnect.
Bingo.
For the next 2 week pulses, I know we can do it. It's 2 o'clock. Stand by for the news.